The Georgia Southern community is one of the greatest in the world, and it is because of its people. My mission is to tell you the stories of these fellow Eagles professionally and personally. This is Gatabud's Eagle Nation. Welcome back to Gatabud's Eagle Nation. I am here with Patrick Whitten, and he is a dear friend of mine who is going off in the world running his own fulfillment and logistics company and is about as true blue as you get. Welcome to the show, Patrick.
Hey, thanks for having me, bud.
Anytime. Thank you for coming. You know how we have to start this. We got to do the top 3 Statesboro restaurants. It doesn't matter what order. It's just what are your top 3? Let's hear them.
Oh, man, it's got to be El Reconcido for me, number one.
Okay.
Of course, Nats, always a staple
Okay.
with some good food. And I'm going to come out of left field here and say Locos.
Ooh, that counts.
Yeah. Sleeper pick.
Yeah, no, I hit that up on game days these days with the older founding father guys. They love going to Locos after the games.
Absolutely, man. They used to have the boneless wing specials. It was where it was at.
Yeah. No, those are good picks. So as of right now, El Reconcido is in sole possession of first place based on those votes because you diverged from Garrett on the other 2. So
yeah. I mean, I have literally driven from Savannah on a weeknight to go eat there with my buddies. So
that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, wings up, El Reconcido. Congratulations, you are in first place for the time being. So, Patrick is expecting his firstborn son. Why don't you just go ahead and tell people what his name is?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Paulson.
It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I met my wife. Really, we knew each other a little bit from our Savannah days, but I really met her for the first time at Georgia Southern. So, obviously Paulson Stadium, all that really, rings true to us and close to our hearts. But something I also didn't know is Paulson is, I believe, Latin for small. And our child, so he's a little under the first percentile for size. Everything else is healthy. But once we found that out, we were kind of, deciding between some names, and I think that just resonated with us, and kind of made it. This is the name for sure, and now we love it. So, obviously Paulson, you're going to go take him to the stadium this year and get to see his stadium, right?
Yes, I can't wait.
Absolutely, man. So we're expecting sometime between April 13th and April 20th. So right around the corner, just a month now.
That's amazing. I love that story, actually. I already loved the name to begin with, but the deeper meaning is amazing.
Yeah, I had no idea until we saw that. We were looking through child's books, or like children's names books, whatever you want to call them, and basically, that name wasn't in there. So we started kind of tossing the name around. It's like, hey, it's pretty unique. But yeah, to your point, it's a pretty cool little story. And of course it makes sense. Like I was like, I should have known this, right? The prettiest little stadium in America. Of course it makes sense, and it's only it's only right?
Well, that is amazing. When you and your wife need a break and want to just go stand up and drink a beer, just hand baby Paulson to me. I'll help do my part.
Yeah.
I actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Uncle Bud will get plenty of time.
Yeah, we're here to help. I'm hoping to bring Bo and Ford to. I did 1 game this year. I'm hoping to do 2 this year. We're gonna, increase the goal.
Incrementally.
Especially if they could stay up a little later. But yeah. So you, like me, have been a beer garden season ticket holder since graduation. Tell me about that. How awesome is that?
Yeah, man, it's awesome, right? So I think, first off, Georgia Southern does a lot of great things to get young alumni involved. And, shout out to them for kind of offering discounts and trying to get the young alumni involved, and the beer garden and just other, season tickets in general. You don't have to be a beer garden ticket holder. Even just a season ticket holder is a good way to support the university. But yeah, love it, man. Haven't missed a game in 4 years. I think missed 1 game in the past 4 years. for one of my buddies' weddings, and I won't name him. Joseph Bunger is his name. But yeah, he had his wedding, but it's the only one we've missed so far. We're right here in Savannah, so it's super easy to pop up there. Like you said, been true blue on the beer garden for a long time. Great tickets, great people. I love the camaraderie. And, one thing I think that a lot of people don't realize with the beer garden is like a lot of these people are the same people year over year.
Yeah.
So you start to build that rapport. To your point, we've been right next to each other for I think the whole time pretty much. Yeah. Early on, I think I used to get, my first year I got season tickets through you. And then after that, I kind of went on my own. I was like, I gotta start getting these points.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get y'all hooked and then have buddies in there with me. So yes.
Yeah. And we have 4 tickets. It's great. Obviously I can bring, employees. I can bring clients, bring family, friends.
I love seeing your dad there.
Yeah. My dad loves it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his name's Ray, and that's Paulson's middle name, Paulson Ray Whitten.
Love it. I'm going to put a picture of your dad up on the screen right now. With that selfie we took of us plus Tom Clark.
Yeah. He's got long hair now, man. I think it's been 7 years since that man's gotten a haircut.
Yeah. So that's a good segue because the first time I met your dad is also pretty much the first time I realized I really like this kid. You had just got done pledging. I was a 6th-year senior living in the SAE house over the summer, and I walk in with Stella, and the house is just a wreck as usual, and I just see you and your dad on ladders just changing out fans and lights in the house when, like, you didn't even have to be there, and I'm like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you that well at that point, but I was like, this is a good guy, and I like his dad, too.
Yeah.
My mind was made up.
Obviously, my dad's an electrician, and so worked on the weekends with him through college to fund the dingus trips, right? And basically, we had anytime we got free material or free or anything, fans, lights, anything like that we saw that we could add value at the SAE house, we'd go in there and swap them out. And I think even towards the end, we did some bigger projects where I was able to put some of that money towards my dues. So it really worked out. I'm proud about the work that we did. And I like you said, it's a great memories. I have a lot of selfies with my dad up in the tall attic of the E house, putting in, photo cells so the lights would turn on at night and all that stuff automated. So it was great. And I really enjoyed, learning that trade too. It's like such a good thing to learn and be able to do, and change an outlet at your house or whatever if you need. So I love it. And to your point, it's the first time I think I met a lot of the guys, and it's I've been working since I was 14, and so it was an easy way for me to relate with everyone, right, and make my impact. And I really enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed fixing up the e-house, and I love still going there and seeing some of those ceiling fans that I hung myself. So it's cool.
That's amazing. So you got out of college and moved back to Savannah. And one of the things that really stood out to me is you had a good job during the day. Were you at fulfillment.com right out of the gate?
Yeah, so actually I worked at C.H. Robinson for a while doing brokerage, and then I decided, man, I really like to be on my feet, right?
Yeah.
I really like to, and I like the warehouse setting. So I got another job in a warehouse, found out this is my niche, right? I really liked kind of the workload balance of being at your desk, being on your feet, engaging with people, talking with people, running the warehouse, right? And so, I kind of found that to be something I really enjoy. And then, I went to fulfillment.com. And quickly moved up there. My job there was to convert from an all paper operation to a WMS, right? So kind of implement all the technology. And then I traveled the U.S. opening warehouses for them. So I went to Salt Lake City, Pennsylvania, Kansas City, Mississauga, Canada, Vegas, open warehouses. So really got my foot in the door with warehousing and fulfillment through that company, a great company. And then to your point, kind of, always had a little bit of an entrepreneurial bug in me, if you will. So opened a landscaping company,
Yeah,
right? And
let's
everyone
talk
kind of
about
was,
that.
yeah, everyone was kind of like, what are you doing? And yeah, I used to, I when I started it, it was obviously just me, and I'd get off work at my warehouse job and obviously met all my commitments there. And then I'd just cut grass after
Yeah.
work. And it slowly, grew. I hired a couple of employees, and before I knew it, I had about 150, 170 lawns in the Savannah area, and like I said, 3 employees running the full crew and the truck and everything, and cutting grass for Savannah. The company was Lighthouse Lawn Care. I grew up on Tybee Island, actually, so
Yeah.
the lighthouse, and it was only obvious that I think it was a good choice. And we really grew fast, and I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about business, learned a lot about working with customers, and things like that. And then I ultimately had the opportunity to sell that business to another company called Elite Home Improvements, and basically they did landscaping in the Savannah area, and engulfed my customers and my truck and my equipment and my employees. And it was a really great transition for me to also learn how to sell a business too. So when you do those kind of analyses and see what is my profit margin, what is my gross profit margin, my EBITDA analysis, all these things to kind of
Yeah.
calculate the value that you have in this business, right? And it was a really fun experience for me. I learned a lot. Like I said, big learning curve, but ultimately it was a good decision because getting out of the landscaping business was kind of part of my goal with opening Savannah River Fulfillment, right? So
Yes.
I say all this to say I think the landscaping business was super important for me because I did start Savannah River Fulfillment while I had that landscaping company, right? And I don't know, if I would have felt as comfortable taking such a leap, such a risk,
Yeah.
without having at least some kind of something to
Yeah.
fall
Yeah.
back on, right? And so the landscaping company kind of gave me that kick in the butt, so to speak, to to kind of take that risk. And I had a lot of support from my family and everything like that. And some people, when I opened it, I'm like, I'm opening a fulfillment center, and they'd be like, "You're competing with Jeff Bezos, man? You're crazy," And it's like, no, no, no. We're kind of a solution to work in hand with Amazon, but also other retailers.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's done. Like I said, it's been very successful. Once I kind of found how well this business is doing, how quick we were growing, that's when I made the decision. Okay, I've got to pour all my heart into landscaping or pour all my heart into Savannah River Fulfillment. And so I sold the business in late 2021. So, and I opened Savannah River Fulfillment in early 2021.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was a quick transition. Really, I started Savannah River Fulfillment with a 20,000 square foot warehouse, and then blew through a wall, got another 5,000 square feet, needed more space, blew through another wall, got another 15,000 square feet, and then my landlord was like, "You got to stop blowing through walls," So yeah, we kind of hit our ceiling in that building, and then about 8 months ago, we moved into this facility, which is 100,000 square feet. It's 36 feet tall. There's 8,500 pallet positions in here, and we're at about 65% capacity. So we've got some wiggle room to grow, but we're at the point now where where we're trying to grow with reputable brands that want long-term relationships, right? And so just to kind of back up a little bit on what Savannah River Fulfillment does,
Yeah.
we are an omni-channel e-commerce provider, right? So what that means is we fulfill orders through multiple channels. So most of our customers will source their product, bring it in, we house it, and then we ship their Amazon orders. We ship their Target orders. We ship their Shopify orders, which is just their regular website, right? Maybe we ship Wayfair, Etsy, eBay, Fair.com, Walmart.com, right? So our goal is certainly to centralize our clients' inventory into a fixed inventory holding cost model, and then allow them to expand their business using that fixed inventory cost model, right? So their costs per month stay the same, but their revenue can grow because they can add channels. So maybe you only start with Amazon and Shopify, but later down the road you add Walmart, you add J.C. Penney, you add Macy's, Bloomingdale's, and these are ways to, again, increase your bottom line and increase the turns on your inventory. So that's kind of our pillar service, one of our pillar services. We also, not to complicate it, we also fulfill Amazon Prime orders here.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon FBM. So FBM would be your non-Prime orders. So
Okay.
I always say this because people can resonate with this, right? If you ever order anything from Amazon and it comes to your house without the swoosh on the side of the box, right? It came from a fulfillment center like ours, not from Amazon directly, right? And then we also do Prime orders, like I said, and that's a little different. Those are tabletop desk risers and things like that. You would order Prime on Amazon Prime and it would ship from here. And basically, the client would be none the wiser, right?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. That is one of our services. The other main pillar service is called FBA Prep, and this is prepping inventory to send to Amazon for them to fulfill. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't realize, like, Amazon is kind of taken the Walmart approach to the online internet retailer world, right? Play by their rules or don't play at all. And so all the cases have to have specific labels, it has to be routed, all these rules that Amazon has to follow. Pallets can't be over 72 inches, not over 1,500 pounds, no overhang, a lot of rules, right? And so we kind of take that away from our customer where they can focus on all the things that they're good at, which is the purchasing and negotiation, the sourcing, the marketing, all the things that go into the business aside from the actual physical aspect of fulfilling the orders or prepping the order units and going to Amazon. So, like I said, kind of high level view, but that's what we do here. And really, like I said, we tailor ourselves to the medium sized business. We're shipping about 3,000 e-commerce orders a day out of this building, and we're prepping about 70,000 units a month out of this facility. So really, really good business model, really good, obviously service offering. But I say all that to say, obviously, I think every business owner feels this way. It's like this is a concrete shell of a building without the people that run it in my team. So got a really great team, and I want to give them a shout out because obviously, the company could have never grown with just me putting my best foot forward. It took a whole team, right? And so like I said, we've grown a lot. We've grown about 789% since we've opened. And we're continuing to be on that path, right? So I think, like I said, it's a testament to the hard work that everyone's doing, and obviously, our technology and our equipment and the building.
I want to ask a lot about that, actually.
Yeah, by all means,
because that's my area.
Absolutely. So we use WMS, OMS, ERP, right? Fancy acronyms to basically say we manage our clients' inventory. In the same system that they can manage their orders, right? So it's a customer-facing portal where they can manage their orders, inventory.
What platform is it?
It's called. It was formerly known as 3PL Central, but now it's called Extensive. Okay. Extensive, yeah, and it's also ERP, which is the billing side of things. So we manage inventory. Our clients manage their orders. Mm-hmm. My account management staff, our customer service team, manages the orders. And we bill out of the same system. So it really creates like a seamless process where my staff is looking at the same thing the customer's looking at, and we're managing, the warehouse workers are doing the work out of the same system. And then, of course, we bill from that system.
And you don't need an IT department.
That's correct. So I handle all, I wear a lot of hats right now. Yeah. I do have an operations manager and we have an account manager that handles the customer side. I really handle sales, HR, and technology. So to your point, most of our connections are pre-wired, so it's a plug and chug, right? So Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, any of those, I need 3 pieces of information, and I can connect your account in 3 to 4 business days. We do have an open API, a REST API, so more sophisticated businesses can tie in like their NetSuite or some of their operating systems into our system using our API credentials, right? And so we do have a development team available and an API team, but for the most part, that's all to support us doing it ourselves.
They're going to charge you an arm and a leg, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I pay for the package, right? So I have them at my disposal, but they do charge an arm and a leg. Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not cheap.
No, no, no. Technology is not cheap, but I
Yeah.
think it's one. I say that to say it's one of the reasons we've grown so fast, right? Is
Yeah.
that we went out and sourced the best technology that we could find prior to opening. And I remember paying thousands and thousands of dollars, every few months for this system right out the gate. And
Yeah.
I do have a financial business partner in the business, my cousin. He's a river pilot, not
Okay.
involved in the day to day, but he's obviously got some financial backing. And I remember we were having conversations like, is this really worth it? Right?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this much money going out the door and not having that come back in? Is that worth having it? And we made the decision that you have to have the foundations to be
Yeah.
successful, and the building blocks, and that has really allowed us to scale. Is having the right technology, right, and mastering it early on with small companies, or as we grew, we learned together, and now we're experts in the system, so we feel like it's added a ton of value.
That's fantastic. The general goal of a SaaS company, software as a service, which is one of my professional expertise, is every dollar you spend on it, a good SaaS company will return that investment 5x, 10x, whatever, by not having to hire a bunch of me to do something they've already done.
Yep.
And it looks like you found a real great platform here.
Yeah, we
I
have,
like
for
the
sure.
REST API stuff. Like,
Oh yeah, man! I've learned more
I
about
make
EDI.
those.
I learned more about EDI and REST APIs
Yeah.
than I ever thought I would. But
So
to your
you know what
point-
JSON is and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Not many brothers would know that at this point.
I've been drinking from the fire hose.
Yeah, I love
But
it, man.
but it's been great. Yeah, and I could go on about it forever, but yeah, to your point, I think the technology piece it's the way of the world, right? I mean, this is how companies look to integrate, and it's all about leveraging technology to be more efficient. And to your point, I left a company that had 65 employees on staff, and they were doing only a few thousand, about 1,000 more orders a day than us, or a couple thousand more. And they had 65. Here, like I said, we're doing about 3,000 a day, 70,000 units a month. We have 15 employees. So we're very lean as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're very proud about that too. And leveraging KPIs and leveraging the system to be our best advocate. And I think that's the other thing too, is I think in the technology realm, a lot of people are like, I just need this to work. I need it to work the way I think, rather than saying, hey, how can I adapt my current technology to a process that makes sense for the operations team, the billing team, and your technology provider. So we've taken that approach, and we're involved in a lot of betas, right? And I think that's been helpful too, is because it's like, hey, I'd rather be involved now and have some influence on how this product is going to turn out, rather than just sit back, let them fix all the kinks, and then I get a product that I don't like, or I don't know how to use. So,
Man, I'm really proud of you. I mean, you weren't a tech guy when we were in college, and now you are. Look at you.
no, I know, not
Yeah.
not much, but like I said, I think it's about being passionate, and the line of work is something that I really like, and we engages me, and the technology piece is something that you have to understand to be successful in selling too. Because I do the sales here too. And so
Yeah.
when we take the warehouse tour, you'll see every client in there I've closed the deal with. So, I'm very familiar with what they needed. And I learn a lot from the customers, right? And the dynamic kind of space that we service is ever changing. I mean, I could talk to 10 customers today, and every single one of them will have different technology needs to connect their orders, right? And so that's how it works. It flows in seamlessly. We receive orders into our system. We fulfill the order via UPS, DHL, FedEx, or USPS. And then the tracking populates in the system, and we ship and close the order, and it sends back inventory levels, tracking, and financial data to our customers. So, they can manage their business from anywhere, and we can ship their orders. So, there's a good chance. Yeah, there's a good chance people watching this right now or could receive an order from us, in the next year, especially as we grow.
That's really cool. I do a lot of really similar stuff, actually, but on the tech side at my current position at Automation Direct. We've got a giant warehouse, and I am actually in the process of preparing a 20-year-old web store to go through an ERP swap,
Oh,
which is a massive undertaking. And I'm doing like two teams' jobs right now, reworking all the REST endpoints that the store runs off of, and then also having the data side like able to be swapped at a later date. So you got to like isolate everything in this top level layer, and then everything else just has to be ready. It's a massive undertaking.
yeah. Yeah,
Right.
like you said, that's where I got
Yeah.
to get the brainiacs like you guys.
Yeah.
I can have the vision, but I need someone to implement.
Yeah. So on that note, though, we do have a massive warehouse, and I have a question.
Yeah.
I got to be careful because I am not the boss of Automation Direct, and they are a very private company. But have you been following along with things like Tesla's Optimus and that kind of stuff?
A little bit, a little bit. Yeah. I'm probably not as familiar as you are.
Well, it looks pretty cool. You've got great people, but the Optimus could be a potential thing in your future in this business, unloading and loading up boxes, that kind of stuff, 24/7, that kind of
Wow.
yeah. It's got a little way to go, and having seen iRobot as a kid, I'm like, are you guys crazy? Like, what are you doing? But I keep hearing all about Optimus and all the other robots and everything else, and that's a potential thing on the horizon of your entire
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like what's the most controllable expense in a business, right? It's labor.
Yeah,
It always will be. It's the one thing that you can directly have an impact on as a leader in a business
yeah,
or a decision maker, right? Your rent is your rent. Your utilities are your utilities, right? Your materials, all these things to conduct business are needed. And yeah, they're variable expenses, but usually they lie around a certain range. Whereas labor, to your point,
yeah,
can be fluctuate heavily depending on your workload. So automation is something that we're continuing to look into. To your point, it's that ROI piece of
yeah,
where do you put my investment dollars, and how do we see those returns? I think over time that we'll start to see, just like on equipment that I have, forklifts, right? We'll see
yeah.
lease to own options on robots, or different technologies,
Yeah, I think
especially
so
as it
too.
becomes somewhat more affordable, where I can sign a 60 month lease
Yeah,
on some unloading robots, right? Or something like that. So
yeah.
yeah,
Right
I'm
now,
really
it's all
excited.
experimental.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And right now it's like, yeah, if I had several buildings, maybe I could try it out or something. But
yeah,
we're kind of getting headquarters solid right now, and then looking to kind of have some battle tested automation added.
yeah. Now, nothing can replace really good people,
Yeah.
and you've got some really good ones. And you've told me in the past some things you've done to make Savannah River Fulfillment a great place to work and stay. Why don't you tell us a little more about that?
Sure. Yeah, sure. So I think culture is huge, right? And I also believe communication is huge. I think that 9 times out of 10, an issue is communication based, right? 1 time out of 10, someone's not doing what they're supposed to, and we will address that accordingly. But a lot of times it's communication based. So, I think back to your point, we're not looking for just bodies like some warehouses, right? Oh,
Yeah,
just give me 5 bodies. We're looking for brains. We're looking for heads, head on the shoulders, right? And so, to your point, employee retention is huge for us. So we do a lot of things. Obviously, we have health insurance. We match $200 a month per employee. So really, you can get health insurance for $20 a week with us, which is great. But I think culturally, of course, I'll take some of my supervisors to some Georgia Southern games, which I love. We'll do some bowling nights, Ghost Pirates. Of course, we feed them breakfast twice a month. Typically Chick-fil-A
chicken.
because
I was about to say chicken
yeah,
biscuits.
yeah. Are you kidding me? I mean,
Yeah,
what's better?
yeah,
But I think all those things, and we continue to do employee surveys and get their feedback, make them feel involved because they are involved. Like I said, this is their business just as much as it is mine, and they have the keys to the car. And I think a lot of these employees here are on a career path where they see the exponential growth. So, yeah, I mean, it's those company events. It's the Christmas parties, right? We do a Christmas party every year. Open bar and hors d'oeuvres and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I typically make every year I make like a Christmas carol thing where it's twas the day before Christmas at SRF because we always work the day before Christmas. Obviously, we
Yeah.
only get the days of off, so Christmas
Yeah.
Day, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, Independence Day. Right.
Yeah.
And so how do we motivate those employees? I think through all those, and then obviously having a really robust PTO policy for vacation, right? Our employees in your first year here, you'll accrue 21 days off of vacation. That's a month.
That's terrific.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but it's because we work the days of, and we want
Yeah.
we want to, again, facilitate an environment where communication is rewarded. And I think that's what the PTO policy does. Hey, if you call out that morning because you forgot about your doctor's appointment, yeah, you're going to be in trouble. But you have plenty of PTO to schedule that in advance, and then we can plan as a business. The employee feels like they're reciprocated in the form of obviously getting their time off. And so I think in creating that environment is huge, right? That being said, we're always learning too. I think that's the big thing is like we can't just assume that we know what we're doing all the time, right? Or we're doing it the best all the time. So we really make sure that we're evolving and we look at ourselves in the mirror if we have an issue and say, is there something that we did or could have done better? And I think the old way of doing business, between me and you, it's like our fathers probably would respond. Like Ray, he'd respond well to this. If his boss pulled him in and goes, hey, Ray, you're not performing well, and if you don't pick this pace up, I can't guarantee you're going to have a job here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might respond to that, but young people, they don't respond to that, right? They want, we try to be more empathetic. So it's, hey, bud, you haven't been performing well these past 3 weeks. What's going on? What's happening? Is there something in your personal life that's affecting you? Can we give you the tools to be more successful? What can we do for you? So we kind of take that approach, and I think all of those things together is what creates Savannah River Fulfillment's culture and service offering. And again, we're trying to get better each day, each month, each year.
Man, that's remarkable. I am so proud of you and everything you've accomplished with this business. It's remarkable, and you did it all the right way, true blue collar, and you give back to Georgia Southern. You named your son Paulson. I mean, what more could Eagle Nation ask of you? Like,
that's right, man. I think I love it, and I owe a lot of my success to Georgia Southern as well. I think obviously my degree is in logistics and transportation management, but they really gave me the confidence and the skill set from a sales side and a communication side, and I think I owe a lot to my fraternity brothers there at SAE too, where again I kind of brought me out of my shell, but also. I think it shows you that you can get outside your comfort zone, outside your bubble, and also shows you how important relationships are and communication, right? I'm young for sure. I do business with a lot of people that are older than me, 100%. And I think that just being willing to pick up the phone is like a huge value add these days because a lot of people hide behind email. And, again, we're trying to communicate and build that up. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Proud of you and your family too, and all that you've accomplished. And obviously, starting this is another great step, I think, in all that you.
I do a lot of things right now.
Yeah. And I know you say I'm true blue, but man, you're about as true blue as it gets.
I'm so grateful for Georgia Southern and everything that they did for me. It's a debt I'll never be able to repay. It changed my life there in so many great ways, and this is just a way to try and give back and really highlight some special people. And this is something that I feel like was a wide open opportunity for me to just seize.
Yeah, agreed.
So. People are going to love this interview. I can already tell you. I'm going to have a lot of people tell me Patrick is fascinating, even the people that don't know you. You
Well,
know?
I appreciate it, man. I'm
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah, and I obviously, like you said, I follow Georgia Southern on so many fronts, man. I know I just watched the basketball game. We fell short to
I
App
know.
State, but still great run, right? I mean,
Yeah.
for where the program was at on the regular season schedule, it shows that the playoff mentality is a real thing, and you can still make some great strides. And I think we still showed our marking on the conference, right? And I think that we only have room to improve.
Me
One
too.
thing I did also want to note is I don't know if you know who Nicholas Henry is, but he was like the 10th president at Georgia Southern University. He passed
Is
away
Char- is Charlie
March
related
5th.
to him?
Um, I don't know
The,
actually.
the basketball coach?
I don't know,
Oh, I
but
thought that's where you're going with
no,
this.
no.
No. All
So
right, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Nicholas Henry passed away March 5th. I don't know if you heard this. He was the 10th president at Georgia Southern University. But I think what makes him so important is he was the president that got us changed to a university.
Okay.
So huge, made some great strides. He's from Savannah. That's how I know of him. But obviously another true blue, gentleman. So rest in peace for him, and obviously appreciate all the markings he made on the university too, because obviously it was just a college when he started, and he left it a university, and that's
Yeah.
a big step as to why we're where we're at as a university too. And I
Yeah.
know we talked about why I was there. It's like they added the addition to the stadium. Same for you. I think that was really great. We got to see Matt Breida. We got to see Willie Fritz. Got to see some really good people while we were there. And I think it's just a testament to our university and the people that go through it. And we produce a lot of well-rounded individuals that are successful, right? Not just the country music stars, although
Yeah.
we do like them.
Oh, we love Cole.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, we are going to get to take a warehouse tour. This is going to be a Gatabud's Eagle Nation first. We are going to actually tour this impressive facility live on FaceTime. Before we do that, though, real quick, I noticed you have a really cool sign behind you.
That's right.
I'm like now a sign guy. Did you know that Gatabud's Eagle Nation has a sign maker now?
Yes, I know. I heard about the awesome partnership and sponsorship there. Yeah. Amazing signs. Definitely going to get a few myself, right? So,
Yeah, I need you to
hang them up.
An eagle head would look awesome right below that sign.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking for the office artwork here.
Yeah,
My wife helped me decorate a little bit here, and I got the diploma on the wall and that. But definitely
Nice.
going to get some signs, especially from a Eagle graduate. Love to see what they're doing over there, and definitely want to be a part of it. And these are the kind of things that I always talk about. It's like that company could be small right now, but they're going to grow to be amazingly large, right? And when they do, someone's got to ship their orders.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be you.
So,
I guarantee it.
Yeah. So, it's always great. And that's the part I love about my business is meeting different business owners like this that have a dream and have a vision and want to grow and do it the right way.
Yeah.
And, there's still so much room in our economy and in our world for new products. It's really great to see, a fellow Eagle going out on their own, taking that risk and finding success.
Yeah. Well, Alex will definitely be in my beer garden seats at some point this season, so you'll definitely get to meet him.
Yeah. Well, then, you'll
sure.
you'll know I'll be there.
All right, let's do the warehouse tour.
Okay.
But first, a brief word from Skylots. Eagle Nation, I love collecting Georgia Southern stuff. I've got some really awesome things back there, and now the bar is really, really high for me to want to add anything more to the mix. So what more could I possibly ask for at this point? A giant LED sign from Skylots is what I needed right there. Big announcement, Gatabud has an official sign maker. Run by Georgia Southern Eagle football alumnus Alex Smith, Skylots is your go-to source for LED, college, and custom business signs. The university catalog is growing by the day, so even if you're not a Georgia Southern fan, there's something there for you. They're so nice at Skylots, they even make signs for App State fans. You can turn these off and on with a remote, and they even have customized brightness settings. For this webcam, I have it at 10%. Check it out at 100%. Believe me when I say it looks awesome. Skylots.com. Order yours today.
Start in the office here. Obviously, account manager, operations manager, warehouse administrator. They're all hard at work. We'll head out to the warehouse. So, as I said in the call, the beginning of the call here, it's 8,500 pallet positions. We have basically 6 pieces of equipment, 2 EPJs is what it's called, ride on pallet jacks. One stand-up forklift right here, and then 2 sit-down forklifts. So, again, you'll see kind of on the warehouse tour here, you'll see everyone in different colored vests, right? So supervisors and managers, they will wear blue. Full-time employees wear yellow. And then temps will wear orange. And so you have to bear with me with a little bit of noise here as we come through the warehouse, all right?
Oh, we want all of it. This is part of the experience.
Yeah, that's right.
What a beautiful facility.
Yeah, this is one of our EPJs here. Here's a cool shot with the tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so again, this facility is AIB certified and FDA certified, which means that basically our standards for cleanliness are extremely high. So you'll see should be totally clean everywhere. This right here is what we would call a pick wall. So these are one of our clients called Tom and Teddy. They do like father-son swimwear. So the dad can get a matching pair of shorts and so can the kid.
I like that.
I have to send you a couple of samples here.
I love that, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the B2B department here. This is where they're processing business-to-business orders. So these are everything that's going to Amazon, Bloomingdale's, Ross, Burlington, anything like that. We do put clothes on hangers here as well for the retail stores. This is a great shot of the warehouse, too. It's kind of the heart of the operation. In a fulfillment center, in a fulfillment center, you don't have a flow-through operation. So that means we don't have dock doors on both sides, right? We make more of a U shape and come all the way around the facility. And everything's flowing out these doors. So, again, you'll see just the sheer size of the operation here. As we come through. This right here in the dead center is called the OC, the Operations Center. Essentially, this is where all the orders get processed, all the e-commerce orders. Right here is where all of our supervisors sit as well. So, again, operationally, there's 8,500 pallet positions, and we're still looking to fill these daily. And from the warehouse standpoint, again, you can see these are different FedEx packages, UPS, all this is USPS. So each of these is an order. So you can see definitely hundreds of orders going out today. Our system rate shops, which means that we will choose the cheapest carrier to the final destination on behalf of our clients. So benefit there is that our customers know that they are always getting the cheapest shipping possible to the end destination based on their parameters, right? So they can say, hey, I need this delivered in 4 days, I need it delivered in 2 days, what have you. And there's 2 types of picking that goes on in the operation. Right there is a bin picking. Those are your more complex orders. And then there's batch picking, which you would see there. Right? Batch picking is basically like, hey, go to the shelf, pick 100 units, pick 100 units of this item and bring it to the table, and then now pack those into 100 mailers. Whereas your bin picks are more complex, right? Only one person ordered them for the day or what have you. These gentlemen here on the EPJs, electric pallet jacks, are basically picking one of our Amazon Prime clients, right? So these are one of the clients that we will ship all of their orders that are in our system by 2:15 today. Generally, they have about 400 or 500 orders a day. And these are all tabletop desk risers. So pretty interesting product, right? That's that kind of ergonomical, piece where, again, you will hit the button and your electric desk can stand up.
I need that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have permission to mention their brand on this call, but I will
It's
definitely shoot
okay.
you a text after
Yeah.
this. All right. So, like I said, there are 26 clients in this building right now, and adding. Right, we've got a few more that are coming in. One of the clients that I can mention here is Treffle. This is you'll see them with the shamrock on the side,
Okay.
and with the St. Patrick's Day in Savannah here coming up. I think that's pretty convenient. Um, Again, they
Oh
are
yeah.
they're a puzzle distributor out of Poland. So they are one of the US's largest puzzle distributors. All of these pallets are puzzles, and they're all going to the end consumer each day. So again, we're shipping all these puzzles all across the US and internationally. This is a container that we just finished unloading here. Again, this got here this morning, so they finished unloading. Now they'll start tagging it, receiving it in, etc. Same for all this. These are some returns. We process returns here as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the reverse logistics side of the warehouse. Some more shots.
And when they return stuff, you can just put it right back on your shelves and ship it to somebody else, right?
Yeah,
As
exactly.
long
So
as it
there's really
wasn't like messed up.
Exactly. So we really process returns in three ways. There is the returns processing where obviously it's returned to sender, so we inspect it, it's not been opened, we're good to return it to the shelf. There's
Mm-hmm.
damage, which means it's been used and it's unacceptable. And then there's also damaged rekitting or returns rekitting, which means we will repurpose it for the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another tunnel shot. Again, some of the product we represent here, puzzles, tabletop desk risers, home decor, breast pumps. Um, let's see, some of the more unique ones would be disc golf shoes. We represent one
Mm-hmm.
of the only brands in the disc golf shoe industry. Of course, Tom and Teddy, which you saw, which is bathing suits. Another one that is more local to the East Coast that we will be walking up on here shortly is Wet Willie's. So that's like a
Okay.
daiquiri bar.
I've
Yeah,
been there. That place is
yeah,
fun.
me too.
The
I've
Tybee one.
definitely had a few call a cabs from there,
Yeah.
and had to
SA
call a cab.
semi-formal.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So because we're an AIB certified warehouse, which just for clarification there, it's like an ISO certification for food grade buildings. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anyone can be FDA certified. AIB certification is like you're paying for an inspection from them to, again, basically make sure you're adhering not just to the FDA standards, but to the higher standards of the AIB organization.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a really impressive certification, but it's one of the reasons that you will see this is probably one of the cleanest warehouses you'll see, especially from a fulfillment standpoint. So certainly a big operation, certainly an amazing team, and we've got a lot of different things going on here. I think all my supervisors are in a meeting right now, so not able to get them any action shots. But again,
Yeah.
15 employees running this whole facility. It's definitely an impressive feat, and the team is definitely doing some great things. Right here's our charging stations, courtesy of Ray, our in-house electrician.
Mm-hmm.
Got all these installed.
Very
Just bought
nice.
a vending machine to put into the break room for the employees. So yeah, I just kind of made a full circle back up here to the front, where you'll see again the rest of the product. And there's obviously, like I said, a wide array of product. I definitely have permission to show these, so I will
Okay.
give you a little show of this brand called Idio. And again,
Ooh.
these are the disc golf shoes that are specifically made for
Oh,
disc
very
golf.
nice.
Yeah, so
They look
different
good.
colors, different sizes. Yeah, absolutely. They've been a great brand, and one of these ones that started as a Kickstarter, and now they really house all of these units on this shelf, and definitely are an impressive brand to represent. So we're definitely proud of all the customers we have in here. Again, they're all very reputable brands, and they bring a lot of obviously experience to the table, but definitely successful businesses that help us grow and establish this great operation here. So It's we have 22 dock doors in this building, so certainly outfitted for larger clients as well. But
Yeah.
we do find our success to be, like I said, tailored to that medium-sized brand where we can still have that personal touch, but really the experience and the know-how to represent a growing larger brand. And that's our model. Like I said, we like to bring these customers in and grow with them, because they have some skin in the game, we have some skin in the game. And ultimately, like I said, it's a really good process, really good team. We appreciate all of our clients, appreciate all the employees, and really the sky's the limit here. This is going to be headquarters for us, and we absolutely have intent to open facilities in Pennsylvania and Texas. So look out for us as we grow, and look out for opportunities in our organization.
That's incredible. Well done. This has been some really compelling and fascinating stuff. I couldn't thank you more for joining us on Gatabud's Eagle Nation today.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys having me, and definitely gonna follow Eagle Bud Gata Nation, and continue to see all the great interviews. And
yeah.
I'm excited to be featured here. So
Yeah.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Oh, this went great. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, bud. Thanks, man. I appreciate the time, and I'm gonna get back to work.
Yeah. Well, I love you, man. You and your wife and Paulson are in our thoughts and prayers over this next month. It's a big month for you. Keep us posted.
We will.
We want pics as soon as it happens.
That's right. Yeah, keep an eye out for Paulson in Paulson Stadium coming this year.
Can't wait, man. Have a good one, Patrick.
All right, you too, man. Take care.
Later.
Bye.